And this is Wilson. As always, I'm joined by my three prestigious co-hosts, uh, Shane Christopher Murray, Jason Big Mitch Mitchell, and of course the returning David Galvez, uh, who returned. He actually returned last week, but he's back, full time after taking a hiatus. Um, so this week we're going to start off with last week. Galvez gave us a challenge, which was to come up with a top five or starting five of NBA players who were never all stars and never made an All NBA team. If they made an All Defensive team, that doesn't that's okay. That doesn't exclude them. And then we're going to get into AD and the Lakers and what AD did last week, costing us not one but two games. Okay, the first one, the one he didn't play, and then the other one against Dallas, where he basically just
gave the game away.
Yeah, and then we'll get into at the end we'll talk about. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Shane. They didn't say last week on air, but they went to. I know I mentioned that they were going to go to the Gasol jersey retirement game, and they went, but they didn't get to talk about it on air what the experience was like. So we'll let them talk about that. And then at the end, Shane Murray was going to he wants to say something, make an announcement. But actually, Shane, how about you make your announcement up front in case people don't listen all the way to the end?
All right, for sure. So next Saturday, I'm gonna be one of the authors who's vendoring at. Let me get the. Why don't you look in the camera while you're giving this announcement? I don't understand. Engage the people, please. All right, Jason. Whatever. So next Saturday from 10 to 3, I'm gonna be one of the authors vendoring my books at the Black Writers on Tour Business Expo at the Carson Community Center. You need the address 801 East Carson Street. My boy Anto will be with me. And he will be filming, and we'll be passing out flyers promoting the podcast. So y'all want to come check us out and talk some Lakers, talk some podcasts, or grab a book or look at a book, whatever. I'll have an email list so we can stay in contact and just forward the information about the podcast or my books. So
right. For those who don't know, for those who don't know, Shane and I have basically a couple of Shane's books. The Boyhood to Manhood book, I did the cover for the artwork. It was a picture I drew of Shane, he used for the cover. Then also, and then most notably for his 90s rap poetry book, I did all of the almost all of the artwork for that. Even like all definitely all the drawings of the art, the rappers and singers, they were in the book. I did all of that, and I also did the basically the cover. They kind of redid the cover, Shane, but I laid the blueprint, and the foundation, right? And they just kind of.
And all three books will be available along with some loose poems I'll be passing out too, and of course flyers for the podcast. So getting that ready.
Right. All right. So but yeah. So looking forward to that on Saturday, right, Shane?
Yep.
And then okay. So but as far as this episode goes, let's get into it. Like I said last week, Galvez said that he gave us a challenge, which was to come up with a starting five NBA players who were never all-stars and never made an All-NBA team. And as I said, if they made an All-Defensive team, that's fine. Like, that doesn't exclude them. So, who wants to go first? Should Galvez go first?
Does Shane Murray want to go first? Because I know we just had a positive Shane Murray note. Now we got to get the negative out the way now too. Because Shane Murray, he didn't do his homework. I did do my homework. I got my five. He just put this list together 2 minutes before we started.
You said you forgot all about that.
Yeah. Hey, As soon as I was like, "Oh, did you
It don't
do
matter
it?"
if homework is done the night before or before class starts. The homework is done. All right.
It's gonna be terrible.
You should know all about that, Mitchell.
You gotta let this guy go
all
first.
about that.
You gotta let this guy go first.
Shane, please, sir. Give us your starting 5 of NBA players who never made an All-Star team or an All-NBA team.
Hey, Shane, Wilson always says that you got probably the weirdest list ever. So I hope you prove him wrong. I hope this is a really good list.
I mean, first Wilson get on the court first before you call my list weird. But anyway, that's another story. But, so yeah, my starting 5 at point guard, I have Rod Strickland.
I knew it. I knew
it. Sorry, you hating on Rod Strickland now?
I just said I knew it. Keep going.
At 2 guard, we have Isaiah Ryder.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You got something to say about Isaiah Ryder now?
No.
The original through the legs.
At small forward, I have Richard Jefferson.
Rich, will you please fact check something? I know Richard Jefferson made an All-Star team.
Nope.
Yeah, hold on.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
No,
wait, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
He didn't.
Bro,
he didn't.
Well, one of y'all please look that up.
He didn't.
No,
he didn't.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't.
He's on my.
Yeah. At power forward, I have Lamar Odom.
Okay.
Yeah, silence now, huh? Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be the last time we hear Lamar Odom's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the 5, I have Marcus Camby.
Oh my God, dude.
Marcus Camby did make one All-Star team?
Nope.
Damn, bro. I had Marcus Camby in mind. Just like Mitch mentioned Sabonis. Those are 2 guys who I had them in mind, and I probably would have had Camby. And I just in my mind I thought Camby made one. Tyson Chandler made one, but Camby didn't. Okay.
That's wild, huh?
So Marcus Camby never made an All-NBA team either.
No.
All defensive, but not all.
All defensive.
All right, man. Shane, right? That's a hell of a list.
Yeah.
I noticed.
It started off shaky. It started off real shaky.
I'm sorry. How is Rod Strickland shaky?
Well, maybe not the Rod Strickland part, but the
how is Isaiah Ryder shaky?
It's better options, man. I'm sorry.
Rod Strickland, J.R. Ryder. Right. Who was your 3? Richard Jefferson, Lamar Odom, and Marcus Camby.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad team.
That's a playoff. That's a playoff team.
Yeah.
All right, let me hook y'all up now.
Okay.
All right, so I got.
No, Mitch. I thought Mitch.
All right, yeah, go ahead, Mitch.
All right. Now this is a little bit of a homer pick. I'll admit that, but starting point guard, Andre Miller.
Wait, Paul. He did make an All-Star team.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Andre Miller didn't make an All-Star team.
What year?
I don't know what year, but he did make an All-Star team.
If you don't know what year, he didn't make the All-Star team.
I was just about to pick his ass too. That's what I did.
He didn't make an All-Star team.
I'll let that slide. All right. Took my pick.
All right. To let slide. He didn't make an All-Star team.
Galvez? Did Andre Miller make an All-Star team?
I'm checking.
Mitch did his research.
I'm sure he did.
He didn't.
No.
Yeah. Good players who I missed them, brother.
Andre Miller. Andre Miller.
More excellent players than I realized who never made an All-Star team.
Bourbon Day High School.
Yeah, that's what I said. A little bit of a homer pick. Andre Miller led the league in assists in 2002. I mean, the dude, he couldn't jump over a piece of paper, but somehow he was still getting buckets. That's impressive to me. And so Andre Miller, starting point guard.
Mitch, but why is that a homer pick?
He's from LA.
He's from LA.
Oh.
Only player.
I feel like there could be better options. I feel like Rod Strickland's probably like the flashy pick, and Andre Miller's more of the
Only player in NBA history to have at least 16,000 points, 8,000 assists, 1,500 steals without making an All-Star.
Yeah. Too bad his teams were so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. All right. At the 2, I got the Jet. I got Jason Terry.
Wow.
6th Man of the Year in 2009, NBA champion 2011. Jason Terry. Knocked
Are
out.
you saying Jason Terry's better than Isaiah Ryder?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
If you say so, bro.
Okay. I mean, like I said, 6th Man of the Year 2009, NBA champion 2011, 18,881 career points. I mean, man was a solid NBA player for a very long time. At the 3, I mean, no surprise, I got Lamar Odom. 2-time NBA champion with the Lakers, 6th man 2011. Lamar Odom was the original, well, maybe not the original, but the man was a Swiss Army knife in the NBA. At the 4, I got Robert Horry. That's right, Robert Horry. 7-time NBA champion. 7 times. That's pretty crazy. Robert Horry, Big Shot Bob. Shout out to him for helping us beat the Kings. Oh, what a guy. And at the 5, I got Marcus Camby. What an elite, I'm surprised that Shane Murray picked him because Marcus Camby was an elite defensive player. And we all know Shane Murray can't play and doesn't like defense. So I'm surprised he picked Marcus.
No, I didn't. I never said I didn't like defense.
NBA Defensive Player of the Year in 2007, 2-time NBA All Defensive First Teams, 2-time All Defensive Second Team, 4 times NBA Blocks Leader. I mean, all-time great defensive player, Marcus Camby. Wild. Yeah, no, Shane Murray hates defense, so I'm surprised he picked Marcus Camby.
No, I don't hate defense.
I couldn't believe that he picked Marcus Camby. It's wild to me, honestly.
I hate one-dimensional players. There's a difference.
I mean, but you like one-dimensional offensive players. What's the difference?
I'll take one-dimensional offensive players over one-dimensional defensive player any day.
You just said you hate one-dimensional players. Which one is it?
I do, but if I have to choose, I'm getting the bucket getter over the defender.
So don't say you hate one-dimensional players if you like one-dimensional offensive players.
First, you missed the point. I said if I had to choose between one or the other.
That's not what you said.
Otherwise,
first.
I don't like one-dimensional players.
No, when I said you hate defense, you said I don't like one-dimensional players.
Mm-hmm. And I said if I had to choose one.
You backtracked.
No.
Yes.
No.
I got you on tape.
Whatever. You try to make me say what you want me to say. Whatever.
You say the nonsense yourself.
It's not nonsense.
It's nonsense that you don't like defense.
I didn't say I didn't like defense.
Then why don't you appreciate that defense wins championships?
I do appreciate defense with championships. Just give me some buckets along with it too.
Who's next, man? Who's next?
I think I should. Who wants? You want to go next?
I'll go next.
All right.
So at guard, I do got Rod Strickland as well. I was gonna pick Isaiah Ryder, but then I realized he probably had more talent than Jason Terry, but Jason Terry had a better career though. So I'll go with Jason Terry. And I mean, we all know like Dirk was like the superstar of that championship team, but they don't beat the Heat without Jason Terry though hitting them threes.
There's no way.
They don't come back down 3-2 or 2-1, sorry, to without Jason Terry, bro.
There's no way.
And then at 3, I got Richard Jefferson, 4 Lamar, and then 5 I got Marcus Camby as well.
Marcus Camby, 3 picks, 3 out of 4 picks. Wow.
3 for 3.
Man, damn, Marcus Camby coming through. Shout out to defense.
Okay. All right. So my list is almost. I'm glad my list is almost original except for one guy. So basically, okay. Here's my starting five. My point guard is Mike Bibby.
That's a solid pick. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of solid picks out there at point guard for sure.
Mike Bibby, I didn't think about Andre Miller, but Mike Bibby, when I said last week, a couple guys came to mind immediately. Mike Bibby was one of them.
Right. Shout out to his pops. I went to his camp.
Right.
Oh, here we go. We reached the Shane Murray name dropping portion.
I did. We go to his camp. He got the pictures to prove it.
Let me guess. Let me guess. You know Henry Bibby now. Like y'all on a first name basis or what?
I mean, if he remembered me as a kid, yeah.
Come on now, Shane. You think Henry Bibby remembers you? You were just a random kid.
I don't.
25 years ago.
Come on, man.
I don't.
Hey, you know Shane Murray knows Magic Johnson? Yeah, they go to church together.
No, I don't know Magic Johnson.
Yeah,
I go to his church.
Shane Murray
flip that on
cool with Magic and Cookie.
Yeah. Shane be up in the bleachers at freaking West Angeles. Magic be down there giving a sermon. Shane would act like he know Magic. Come on now.
First of all, I used to be in the bleachers. Now I stream it, so get my shit right.
He don't even be there no more.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be there where it comes on YouTube. You know what I mean? I watch it at home.
There you go, 4K.
Okay. So my point guard Mike Bibby was because he was good in Memphis. The team wasn't good, and then when he came to Sacramento, remember they had Jason Williams, and we swept them. Next year they had Mike Bibby. They almost got us up out of there, bro. They had us.
Don't say that. No, they didn't.
Really? They did.
No, they didn't. They never had a chance. Stop with that.
Those series were close. Are you kidding me?
We were
close with no cigar.
Shane, if Ori didn't hit that three, we would have been down 3-1, and then we were down 3-2.
I was never worried.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, man. Hell, I was worried. Kobe missed. Shaq missed.
Yeah, we know you was worried.
Luckily, Vladdy was still on our side.
The only game that scared the shit out of me was that Portland comeback. That's the only game that scared the shit out of me.
If Vladdy doesn't hit the ball out to Oregon, that's over.
It's crazy because he tapped it right to him. He tapped it right.
In rhythm.
Right in his pocket.
In rhythm.
All he had to take it, get in his little jig, and just put it right up. But yeah, Mike Bibby was a fantastic point guard. My two guard, and maybe you guys didn't pick this guy because you didn't realize that he never made an All-Star team or All-NBA team, but he's obviously somebody very close to our hearts. That's Byron Scott. Byron Scott never made an All-Star team or an All-NBA team. Yes.
Surprised Shane didn't pick him.
How did that happen, now?
You gotta remember, but
on my radar.
This is my favorite piece of Laker trivia is that the leading scorer on the '88 championship team was not Kareem, not Magic, not Worthy, Byron Scott. Byron Scott averaged 21.7 points a game on the '88 Lakers, who went back to back, beating Detroit in the finals, and he was a leading scorer on that team. My small forward, another Lakers nemesis, Tayshaun Prince.
Ooh,
an excellent defensive player.
Yes, indeed.
But never made an All-Star team, never made an All-NBA team. He's one of those guys who always felt
also from Compton.
Yes, Compton Dominguez High School.
Wait, Tayshaun didn't make an All-Star? I thought which one of them?
The other four.
We had 4 All-Stars.
The other 4 did. Chauncey, Rip, Rashid, and Ben.
Oh, yeah, it was Rip. Okay, there you go. So, okay. There it is.
He got the best list because he don't got a job. He can do all this.
I'm an expert. I'm a historian.
He can do all this reviews and shit,
So Tayshaun Prince, obviously, one of those guys who I felt like, to me, he didn't get his, all the accolades that the other 4 guys did. Like he never made an All-Star team.
Right.
But, there were times when he seemed like he was at least the most talented player on that team, And I feel like he was one of those guys who he could have He was a guy who at his best averaged like 14 points a game. But if he had cared about numbers, of course that whole team, the whole ethos of that team was that it was 5 guys as one. It
Had that
wasn't
chase down block on Miller too.
Yeah. What he did again, I hate to say, but we all know what he did. I mean, of course, it took the whole team. But, he did probably one of the best individual defensive jobs we've ever seen on Kobe. Now, to be clear, they had one of the great defensive team defenses of all time. So it wasn't just him.
Better than Ruben Patterson?
Better than Ruben Patterson.
Ruben Patterson.
That was Ruben Patterson.
The Kobe stopper.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, and then so my 4 is Lamar Odom. I think we all have Lamar Odom. It's one of the all-time great glue guys. Bill Simmons calls it a fill in the blank guy, fill in the gap. I said recently that I said I talked about the top 3 and what I call NBA X factors of all time. To me, an X factor is anybody who basically they make their team. If their team is if they don't play well, their team can still compete and win. And if they do play well, their team is pretty much unbeatable. And so the guy I had first on that list was Dennis Rodman. Because if you think about it, bro, when Dennis Rodman was on his game, when he was really doing when he was in his full Dennis Rodman bag, who could even touch Chicago? It was only if Rodman was kind of, off the, playing off the grid a little bit, that maybe you could even, play close with Chicago. But when Rodman was in his full Rodman, who could touch them? And that goes, and even in Detroit, I mean, with the Spurs, in between, they didn't win a championship, but how good the Spurs were with Rodman, and then even after that, remember when he came to us and we won like 10 straight games right away? All that guy did was be a part of winning basketball. That's why I had Rodman 1, had Draymond 2, another guy because when Draymond is on his game,
yeah.
Who other than that game 7 when LeBron beat them?
Well, yeah.
Other than that, though, when Draymond's on his game, when he can just control the game. On defense, obviously, when he's controlling the glass, and when he's out there, he doesn't score as much as he used to. But if he gets even 10, 12 points still, like Game 6 last year against Boston, he's one of those guys. And then my third guy was Lamar Odom, because back then, man, Lamar's the type of guy. Even when he doesn't play well, he might score 6 points. It'll get you 12 rebounds, 8 assists, something like that. But when he was being aggressive and getting 16 to 20 points, plus the rebounds, plus the assists, it was a no contest. When we had Kobe, Gasol, and Odom, nobody could see us. And then last but not least, my center, I decided on a more kind of recent player, but Hassan Whiteside.
Wow.
I'm just saying, if you look at the numbers,
all the centers you could have picked, you picked Hassan Whiteside.
Because I didn't realize that Sabonis and Camby were never All-Stars, or else I would have picked them.
I did think Hassan Whiteside was going to be the next good big. I didn't think it was going to be great, but
Andrew Bynum was another guy you could put in that.
He was hot for a couple minutes.
Yeah, Whiteside had like 4 or 5 years where he averaged basically like 14 and 12. But there weren't a lot of guys. I went through like all the like top 150 rebounders of all time, and I finally came upon Whiteside. I said, okay, there's my guy. So there's my list. It's my starting 5. But I was trying, I was coming up with something else like that for next time. Okay, now on to the Lakers. Last week, Anthony Davis. We played Houston, second half of a back-to-back in Houston. Anthony Davis did not play for no reason, basically. I mean, it's no good reason. No reason he couldn't have played in that game.
The disrespect.
And we lost.
Disrespect.
And then the man comes
What was the reason?
The man comes back.
You know what the reason was?
No, I don't. Explain it to us.
due to the bone spur injury, he's not playing, or likely not playing in back-to-backs due to doctor's orders.
Shamer taking the advice of some clown doctor on Twitter.
You could say it's soft, you could say it's weak, but that's what it is.
What I don't understand is why didn't he at least like suit up? You know, give him like, all right, he could give us a good 15 minutes. You don't got to play the whole game.
That's fair.
He could have at least suited up. We needed him in the fourth.
The Rockets are still an NBA team, so that means, they can make layups. It was a layup line.
And they got good scores on that Rockets team.
Mm-hmm. And they were getting easy buckets. Maybe not easy buckets, but I mean, they were also out hustling us a little bit too. But
and then the idiot cost us against Dallas. Crazy. Like, bro, literally the last 3 plays of the game,
it was all him. That's true.
Foul, the missed free throw.
Yeah.
He didn't
close out hard enough. I mean, like, that's what happens when you miss a game. You fall out of rhythm. You make dumb decisions towards the end of the game.
Speaking of at the end of the game, they really need to work on the end of game execution down the stretch.
It was literally all Anthony Davis. Literally just went through it.
There was already
he fouled a 3-point shooter. He missed a free throw.
That's fine. That's one game. I'm talking about in general. Like in general, this season, their execution down the stretch has been terrible.
So what is that, coaching?
And just go down the list. Philly, Boston.
We got robbed in both those games.
We did get robbed, but as far as rotations and
now you're blaming coaching.
Huh?
Now you're blaming coaching. Rotations is coaching.
I mean, let's call what it is. Darvin is a good rah-rah guy. They'll play hard for him, but a lot of coach in terms of X's and O's. But
you hear your boy?
Rookie coach.
You hear your boy? He's getting on Darvin right now. That's wild.
I mean, in terms of execution, like, it's always I can't believe when Darvin was first hired.
You ain't got Darvin's back. That's wild to me.
I'm not saying I don't have his back. I'm just saying he's a flawed coach.
Ooh.
I'm saying wow. In terms of like when he first got hired,
that gets coaches
fired. Big thing was he's gonna have this 3 out 2 in offense that's gonna be more fluid, way better offense. That I can't remember his name no more, but the other coach had. But it's still Vogel. It's supposed to be a way better offense than Vogel, but it's actually the same shit.
They need to bring back Luke Walton.
I don't know if we're that down in the dumps yet. I don't know.
I wonder what Luke Walton's doing now.
All right, Luke.
Luke is just enjoying his money. He probably has some young hot blonde. He probably lives on like Hermosa Beach or something in a nice place.
Actually, I'm not mistaken. I think he's an assistant on Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that could be true.
If you had a blank check though, who would you say is a good coach for this team next year? Brad Stevens. He's available.
He's doing his thing in Celtic land though.
Pop? No.
Pop. Shit. With Pop, Anthony Davis will miss even more games.
With Pop.
I don't know. I don't think there is a perfect fit for this team, to be honest.
I mean, when we were searching for a coach, I wanted Mark Jackson. So
yeah, me too.
I mean, I wanted him too, but whatever the NBA got against them, they're not letting up on that. So
if there was any team that could go against the league, it'd be the Lakers, though.
Here's my thing, though, because I got love for Jason Kidd, but I don't understand how Jason Kidd can come back as an assistant and work his way up to a head coach, but Mark Jackson can't.
Does Mark Jackson want to be an assistant?
I don't know if he does, but I'm just saying, why does he have that option?
He probably
maybe he'd rather than be an assistant, maybe he'd just rather be a commentator until he can get that shot again. I don't know.
But the crazy thing is, like, he wasn't even that bad.
Right, he didn't fail. They didn't fire him because
he basically made the Splash Brothers what they are.
Yeah.
And then after he got fired, they never gave him a chance again. It's been like, what, 8 years?
Shit.
Been about that, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get fired for his performance. He got fired because he wasn't getting along with management.
Right.
But even though, of course.
But did he get blackballed or something? Like what?
Yeah, he did get blackballed. But I'm saying, like, in terms of how does that equate to what Jason Kidd?
Was it like an Eric Bieniemy type thing? Or for some reason they just
like a who Galvez?
Huh?
What'd you say?
It's like an Eric Bieniemy thing where like they just never.
I think Mark Jackson.
Eric Bieniemy got a track record though. That's a little different. Even though years passed.
And what is Eric Bieniemy's track record, Shane?
He got a rap sheet in terms of like being arrested. Although he hasn't had a arrest, I think, for like the last 10 years, but prior to that, he had like several arrests. I don't know if they still making him pay for or. But.
Yeah, well, I think Mark Jackson has always been a guy. Going back, I remember reading about when he was with Utah, when he was still playing. He was backing up John Stockton. And he was like trying to sabotage John Stockton so he could take the starting job. And then, of course, he didn't get along with management, with the Warriors. And so, Mark Jackson's just one of those guys. He's a good coach, but his personality, I guess, can rub some people the wrong way. And plus, of course, he's very religious. I don't know how some of his beliefs may not align with.
They say he was like preaching to the players. He had a Bible or something.
Yeah.
And he said he would smash Savannah. So
that might be it. That's probably it.
But to be fair, he did say with all due respect before he said it.
And he didn't use those words. He just said he'll hit it out the park, though. So.
That was wild.
But yeah, so Lakers, so AD, he fouls the 3-point shooter, then he misses the free throw, then he gets like way off of it was Kleber, right? He was way out.
And there was already two players on Kyrie.
He was way out of position.
What was he doing?
You know what his explanation was? He said Kyrie's pump fake sucked him in, and he was gonna go for the rebound.
With 2 seconds left.
He was going for the rebound.
Left this man wide open. Remember when Ori hit that 3 for San Antonio against Detroit, and they left Ori wide open? I think Rashid left him wide open. That's how open Cleaver was, and AD tried to get back, but it was.
Well, LeBron left that dude open for when he was playing with during the Pacers game.
Yeah, what's wrong with these guys? These ones are supposed to be our leaders.
Right.
They're making mistakes like that. None of these guys have been playing basketball. LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Come on, Anthony Davis. Coach Cal didn't teach you better than that.
Right. Man, like, these are big mistakes. This led to 2 losses.
Potentially season-ending losses.
We should be.
But the thing is, other teams ahead of us are lost too. So we still play.
The key word in that sentence? They're ahead of us.
Yeah.
We still in play in mix. We still have a chance to get in the playoffs. So
technically, we're in the
Let's finish strong. Focus on winning these better games as you can, and
that's what I'm saying. You can't see the forest through the trees, man. Like, these are the games. Like, when you look back on the season, these are the games that you have to win to be.
If they miss the playoff by 1 game, this is that game.
That's the game.
The key word is if there's still a chance they can make the playoffs, and you don't revisit this shit.
Yeah, but the point is, like, they're not taking care of business.
We should be 37-35 right now.
And we're probably going to lose against Phoenix, too, with no LeBron.
Not necessarily. OKC beat Phoenix.
We should be 37-35. Instead, we're 35-37.
Right.
For no, I mean, it didn't have to be like that. AB should have played against Houston. That's a win. And he shouldn't have been a bonehead down the stretch. That would have been a win.
Right.
You know?
And it took Austin Reeves to save the game. You know.
Yeah, Austin Reeves. That has a question. I think Galvez was asking me, what what would I do with Austin Reeves? Because I think we've talked about this before on here. People are saying, I saw a report said that, 4 years, $50 million.
$50 million. That's $5 signs right there. Yep.
$50
Mm-hmm.
For Austin. That's might be what the market is for Austin Reeves, the kind of contract he's looking for. Is he gonna be a restricted? He's gonna be restricted, right?
Restricted.
So the Lakers would have the chance to match whatever.
Woo.
But let's be
Somebody's
honest,
gonna throw a bag at him.
Is he really that worth that money, or is he just because he plays for the Lakers and we always hype up our players?
No, he's a solid player.
4 for 50 in this day and age is not that much money. Markelle Fultz got
12.5 a year.
He's a good player, and Reeves is a pretty good player who could get better.
You said Fultz is making that much?
Huh?
You said Fultz was making that much?
Yeah, Fultz got 4 for 50. I think 4 for 40.
I mean,
4 for 50.
They were discussing, giving Rui $10 million a year. I mean,
no.
So
I think it all comes down to.
I'd rather give the money to Austin Reeves. So
I think it all comes down to what you do with D'Lo, like whether or not you sign him or you trade him for somebody, because that's really the big money play, and then everybody else gonna fall away when they may.
Can they pay both D'Lo and Reeves?
That's a good question. Who knows the answer?
Depends what D'Lo wants or what they agree to, because they can get him at an agreeable number for them, then yeah. But
so how the hell does Golden State pay all their players? We gotta see if we can pay them.
They took some team-friendly deals in there,
and they're willing to pay luxury tax. Because they pay luxury tax.
Because they can pay their own players if they're willing to go over the luxury tax, though.
Yeah. Well, it's still up in the air if they want to do that, though. So that's
if we miss the playoffs, would you consider trading Anthony Davis?
Depends what you can get back for him.
I would consider trading everybody if we miss the playoffs.
Would you trade him for Damian Lillard?
No.
Nah, they ain't gonna do that.
Bruh, listen, this roster is a good roster. I read that they want to try to bring it back. They're trying to run it back with the same roster.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you take the anger out of it.
Hold on. Here we go. It's that time.
Why does it every
once a show? You know what it is. Come on, man, hurry up.
How does that happen every single episode?
He's got the newest iPhone out of all of us, and it's wild to me.
But why does that happen every episode? Right around this time.
What's he doing? What's he doing? He's doing his taxes or something. He's over there on the computer.
He's probably writing up some reports.
What was I saying?
I don't know. Shane Murray threw me off.
Oh, the bringing back the squad.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I read that they're going to try to run it back with this team, which I said if you take away the anger and the disappointment that we would feel if we missed the playoffs again, like logically that's the right thing to do, But
at what point, like we're gonna go through this next year. LeBron and AD hurt at the end of the season. LeBron's already showed all right, he's not that player where he's gonna play all these games. Like we got Anthony Davis who sprained his ankle midair, and you got LeBron James who out of nowhere he just got this injury that he's out for a month.
I feel like the optimistic view is with more help that we have on the team now, they won't have to play as hard. So less time missed. That's the optimistic view.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we gotta pay. I feel like we gotta pay D'Lo. We gotta pay LeBron. There's life there. I'm sorry, LeBron. We gotta pay D'Lo. We gotta pay Austin Reeves. There's gotta be life after LeBron, and those are two players that we're gonna need post LeBron. That can step up, take over games late, and that can actually hit shots, make free throws.
If you could see the future, then you could see that this team would not win a championship. Would you trade LeBron and AD?
Ooh.
I wouldn't mind it, but again, it's like what are you getting back for him? That's the thing. Like, you guys just make a trade to make a trade.
Yeah, like I said, I'm getting sick of these guys. Like, I understand that, yeah, like, it's a good roster, and it realistically and logically, if you take the emotion out of it, that's a smart move, is to try to bring this team back. But
you know what I want? I want to find a way to get Shea.
Who?
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Stop it.
There's nobody on the Lakers that they would give up for him.
I'm saying that's a find a way to get Shea. That would be my pick. But that's what I mean. You got to find the right person.
Are you even allowed to talk? Because you keep giving AD passes for missing games, so I don't even know if you even.
I don't give him passes. I mean, what can I say? It's doctor's orders.
It's not doctor's orders. He can play.
It is doctor's orders.
He can play.
You're his doctor?
No, but the report is doctor's orders.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to. They don't like. They just straight up said he's not playing though. Like,
it wasn't suit up. They said it was an organizational decision, not a doctor's decision.
Why are they making decisions like that?
Yeah, Shane. Why are they making decisions like that?
Because of his history, and speaking of doctors, Phoenix.
Who did they beat the game before? The Houston game?
Who do we beat? Oh, shit.
Because I think the Lakers probably got cocky, and they're like, okay, we're playing Houston. They're a trash team. We could probably beat them with AD. That's what happened.
We beat the Pelicans, blew the brakes off them.
Yeah, that when they broke the 3-point record. Forgot about that.
See, they got confident.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah. But I mean, I don't like. Unlike Shea Murray, I'm not gonna give this guy AD a pass. No, there's no way.
You don't give nobody passes.
You're literally giving AD a pass for not playing.
I just thought I was giving him a pass. I just think
AD didn't show up to work, and you're like, oh, it's okay. It's doctor's orders.
You just gonna give LeBron a pass?
Am I gonna give LeBron a pass? No, it's different. LeBron's sitting out. He's not like, okay, I'm gonna play a game here, play a game there, picking his
How many
spot.
games have you set out this year? How many games have you set out last year?
It's a difference between being hurt and sitting out games when you could play.
AD act like he got a 9 to 5, like he's just gonna call off because he got sick.
He just be calling off, yeah. He got a tickle in his throat, so he gotta miss the game.
He got a doctor's note that he's got some sick days.
Yeah, listen, there's nothing that Shea Murray. There's nothing that Shea Murray could tell me to give AD a pass when Kobe literally ruptured his Achilles just to get us to the playoffs. There's nothing that
should have been somebody telling Kobe no.
Huh?
I said there should have been somebody telling Kobe no.
Oh, man.
But imagine if he did have somebody to tell him no. He wouldn't have been Kobe.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm talking about as far as that moment goes, because that was a build-up moment from the number of minutes he was playing that year.
He
was playing damn near the whole game for like the past 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
And D'Antoni had the balls to say nothing to him.
No.
That's not happening if Phil Jackson goes.
But I mean, you want to be legendary, you got to do legendary stuff, and that was legendary what he did that season.
It was legendary, but you guys in the playoffs and you couldn't play.
Well,
you have to rely on Andrew Godlock.
Oh shoot, your cousin. That's right.
Not my cousin.
Antho, we gonna need the side by side of Shane Murray and Andrew Godlock. We need that.
It's coming.
We need that. Mm-hmm.
Before I forget, I wanted to say something that I realized. Like I said, I'm betting on the games now, so I'm watching more basketball. And the more I watch Embiid and Joker, the more Anthony Davis, the more his flaws stand out, right? So if you watch Embiid and Joker, Joker, I mean, the Nuggets' entire offense runs through Joker. He touches the ball every time down, and he creates either a basket or a scoring opportunity, like damn near half the time that he's on half of the possessions. I don't have the exact numbers, but he is the funnel for their offense, And then Embiid, as I was telling Galvez earlier today, Embiid is the most relentless scoring center I have ever seen, And Galvez, he mentioned Olajuwon, but I think he was just talking about stylistically, like the similarities. But Olajuwon was a black hole, Olajuwon was somebody who was known as just like he wasn't looking to pass, Embiid is probably a better passer than Olajuwon was. But every time Embiid touches the ball, bro, he's looking to score 80% of the time, anytime when he touches it. But and whereas you look at Anthony Davis, and it's like, bro, if you watch him out there, he's been that way since he was in OKC. I'm sorry, since he was with the Pelicans, when he was in New Orleans. You watch him now, he spends half his time setting screens, and he's always been the type of guy, even in New Orleans, they did not run their offense through Anthony Davis. He's a really talented basketball player. He does everything well. He's an exceptional athlete. He's 6'10", he's 250. He's a great basketball specimen. He can shoot it. He can handle it. But he'll get his 26 points, 28 points, a few dunks. I mean, a few. He might catch a lob or two, some passes under the basket, some offensive rebounds, a few, some jump shots, some free throws. Very diverse, but he's not somebody that you come down to and throw him the ball and go, okay, AD, get a bucket, like you can Embiid. And he's not the type of passer that Joker is. And it just stands out so much. It stands out even more when you watch Joker and Embiid, the difference, So he's the type of guy who's always going to need a LeBron to play.
So again, realistically, since we're doing all this, who would you trade AD for? What's a realistic player to get?
You think I could get a lifetime like a lifetime supply of like peanuts for AD?
The hell? I'm not just being disrespectful.
Oh, my bad. Speaking of disrespecting AD, I'm gonna go even further. This guy, the Lakers need to hire me. I'll only take $200K a year. That's it. I'll be the big man coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. They need to hire me because it doesn't make sense to me why Anthony Davis he can't catch the ball in the post. It boggles my mind. This fool, first of all, his positioning is terrible. You're supposed to start off on the box and you're supposed to stay there and catch it there so you can get an easy bucket. With AD's length, if he were to catch it on the box, all he has to do, fake middle, turnover, hit the shot. But no, he's standing straight up off the box, and then he's letting dudes push him. So then by the time he actually catches it, he's damn near at the 3-point line. And I'm just like, dude.
You could tell the mentality, because remember when they had Dwight and they were like, nah, I don't want to play the 5.
Right.
So it's like, bro, there's no reason why he should not touch the, especially with LeBron out, why he should not touch the ball every single possession. Whether he shoots it or passes it, he should touch the ball every single possession.
He doesn't get good positioning. Like he'll just like kind of linger a lot of possessions where
he's not aggressive like that to call for the ball or even look for a shot. Period.
He's out there setting screens half the time
and falling, and every time he falls, we gotta hold our breath because he falls like a tree, like he falls like a log, like he lets his whole body fall to the ground. He doesn't even try to like.
Yeah, like Embiid will fall like he's trying to brace himself, right?
And Mitch will think I'm still crazy about this, but stop skipping leg day, AD. You can look at him and tell he skips leg day.
I mean, at this point, could be true. Who knows?
All right, so at the end here, I forgot to say.
I feel like I got more trash to talk about AD, but I don't know.
Oh.
I might have forgot.
Just so you know, we're going to go through this every year that we have AD.
Yeah, it's not going to change.
And it's only going to get worse when LeBron retires or moves on to another team.
Oh, my gosh.
Every year we're going to go through this.
Any thoughts on working out Tristan Thompson and Tom Bradley?
No. Oh, I got beef with Shane Murray. Why does he always send us the most mundane, like, Laker updates possible? Like,
what you mean by mundane?
Like, oh, the Lakers are working out Tristan Thompson and Tony Bradley. Like, who cares? Tristan Thompson is ass water. Tony Bradley, he might be useful. Who knows? We'll see how the workout goes. But like,
Shane said Tom Bradley. Tom Bradley was the mayor.
Tom Bradley.
Go to the airport. What the heck? This guy, man.
I'm just saying, we working out those, so you might as well bring in Boogie.
Here we go, man.
You can't tell me Boogie ain't better than those two.
Wouldn't you rather have Dwight though, because he's at least playing?
Out of the four we just mentioned, yeah, I guess. Out of the four we just mentioned, Dwight's got to be the best option.
But do we need a big like that though?
We need one game rentals if AD's gonna be missing, taking time off.
Bro, it's one of those things, man. Dwight Howard's one of those guys, bro. A physical specimen, almost like a Wilt Chamberlain. Like Larry Brown tells that story of Wilt being retired for some years and playing like in a pickup game against Magic and these guys, and like Wilt was retired and he was just still out there just dominating, And Dwight's the guy like, like I said, a physical specimen. He's kept his body in remarkable condition all these years. And it's like Mo Bamba now is not as good as Dwight Howard now. Dwight Howard now is a better player than Mo Bamba is, So, but yeah, like I said, in closing, I just want to. We got like 5 minutes now.
Can we review the schedule?
Yeah.
So coming up on Wednesday, we got the Suns. On Friday,
we're in Phoenix or in LA?
In LA. Okay. Friday, we got the Thunder in LA. And then Sunday, we get the Bulls in LA. So we got 3 home games this week.
And no back-to-backs, which means AD should.
No, they're perfectly spread apart. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Get to 500 and get in the playoff mix.
So you think we're going to go 2-1?
Yeah.
Who do we beat?
Even though you don't say, I still see us beating Phoenix.
And who?
I still see us beating the Bulls. I still see us beating OKC.
So that's
He's wearing purple colored glasses. That's what it is.
No, I'm being real. Like
okay.
I said, OKC beat Phoenix already just recently.
Okay.
I mean, we gonna beat them.
We don't mean we can't either.
And we lost to OKC.
And we beat OKC already.
Yeah, but we beat them without Shy though.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, win. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give Shane and Mitch 1 minute each to describe the experience of seeing Pau Gasol get his jersey retired a couple weeks ago. I guess it was a week ago at that game against the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Mitch?
Really good seats. We were a little bit behind Pau. When he walked in, standing ovation for the great Pau Gasol was amazing. Video packages were on point. Man, got me a little bit emotional there a couple times with the video packages. Vanessa was in the building. A couple other teammates were in the building. It was just, it was just an overall great, especially with the Lakers getting the win too. No matter, even if Ja wasn't playing, we needed that win, and I'm glad. And AD stepped up that game. I'll give him his props where it's due. I think he had 30 and 20 that game or something like that. AD came to play.
20 game.
The way AD was rebounding, it's hard to accept anything less than that because I see that he can do it, and the way that he was seeking out rebounds was what he should be doing. But enough about that guy. More about the guy that got his jersey put up in the rafters. Man, Pau, for all he did on the court, did even more off the court. It's amazing guy. He's being there as much as he can for Vanessa and the girls. So to be in the building, see the jersey right next to Kobe's, right where Pau should be. Man, what an amazing guy, what an amazing talent. One of the greatest of all times. Obviously a Laker great. Shout out to the great Pau Gasol for sure.
Shane, you got 30 seconds.
Wow. Special moment. Beautiful to see. Next to both 8 and 24. 16 plus 8 is 24. So beautiful. Shout out to Jimmy Butler for coming through. Actually took a flight there with he didn't have no type of game in that area.
He was there for Rachel Nichols though.
Yeah. But yeah, special moment. Shout out to Jay for the seats, my first game in person since the 90s. So definitely overdue.
That was your first time at Staples?
Huh?
That was your first time at Staples?
No, first Laker game. I've been to Staples before.
No. Wait. Oh, first Laker game at Staples.
In Staples, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to a Clipper game?
I went to 2 when it first opened because my dad got free tickets. So
sounds like Clippers. Yeah.
All right. We're running out of time.
They used to give them tickets away at the Crenshaw Mall.
Mitch.
Yep.
If you would sign up for the LAPD newsletter, they would give you 2 tickets.
Mitch, don't you have something to say to a friend of ours?
Yeah, Herbert just texted me actually, and he had his starting 5 ready, but once again, unfortunately, Herbert, I'm sorry we ran out of time. I know I said I wasn't gonna let Shane Murray sidetrack us again, but he did. He was once again successful. We'll try to be better next week. So apologies, Herbert. Sorry, we ran out of time.
Sorry, Herbert.
And special shout out to the ladies who are dog owners. You know what I mean? I just became a dog owner.
What the hell? Don't do that.
Some dog play dates.
Where's your dog at? Where's your dog at?
Dinner dates, whatever, to do it. You know what I'm saying? How about your boy?
All righty then.
Hold on. We can't let this stand.
Yeah, where's your dog at?
We can't keep letting this guy use the podcast as like a dating app or something. What's wrong with you?
Hey, man, mind your business. You got yours.
Oh my
God. We'll start off with that next week.
This guy is relentless. He's always using the podcast to rattle off his dating stats. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, ladies, I'm a dog owner. I'm a dog lover. Holla at.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Hater.
Shane, goddamn it, you took us over an hour. All right.
I don't give a fuck.
We might as well just keep talking now. Before we get out of here, let's just
chill.
If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button next to the Complete Lakers podcast. If you prefer the audio version, remember to rate, review, or subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. The show is also on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and every other major podcatcher. Make sure to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at TC Pod Network and to like it on Facebook. Just search for the Complete Lakers podcast. And finally, send feedback and mailbag questions to Complete Lakers Podcast at gmail.com. We are out.
It's not the Disney Channel.